Welcome to the show both feared and revered by man and beast, the heliosblog. Today, we're on the whatever podcast, we got some astrology, and should man wait? This should be good.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
I'm definitely into astrology.
She says she agrees on most things. However, I am sure I have different and unique takes when it comes to topics around
I would love to know your chart.
And energetics.
Well, I'm an Aquarius.
Okay,
Disaster.
I thought you were air sign
and
for
it's
sure.
the year of Aquarius.
Wait, you do
know.
Reiki?
Reiki, yeah.
By the way, I just lied to you. I'm actually a Taurus.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
By the way, I actually
but I
lied
bet
to
you
you.
have air in
Actually,
your chart.
just so you know,
You lied
I really
again.
am an Aquarius, right?
You
just
got
saying.
me.
But
Well, I mean, that's why I
It's all carp.
like to see someone's chart because we all have all of the signs in our chart. So.
Killer. Thank you.
yeah, have you ever noticed when it comes to astrology that everything which is inside of a star chart or inside of any type of perceived prophecy, for what that will entail, is so vague that it can literally be applicable to any human being on planet Earth?
That's the point.
I mean, I
Like
don't.
if we were to pull up, if I had Brian pull up right now, right, today, whatever my horoscope was for
not
today.
horoscope, but I don't believe in horoscopes personally.
Well, what is
Okay.
astrology then?
Astrology is where the planets are when you were born. So like all of the planets have a specific energy, and the different planets sort of correlate to different things. Like with
Yes. And this is more scientific than scientific study.
in your chart, for example, like where the moon is placed in that sign is more related to your emotional being and side of things, and everyone has like different dominant planets. So there is a lot that goes
And what
into it.
what does that tell you?
It just, for me, it just is like a little bit of a blueprint on the energy that you may experience, or like.
But this is prophecy.
So there is predictive astrology. However, I just don't personally. I'm not into.
Well, then what's
that,
it for? Like what?
You're not into that.
What would it be
For me,
useful
it helps
for?
me understand myself and others.
So that you can
better.
make predictions.
I mean,
Based
it
on
just helps
behav-
me understand myself.
But why do you want to understand? Like, why would you want to understand a thing about a person
So you can predict the future.
unless it was as a predictive model, right?
So like for instance with dating, like knowing my partner's chart and like knowing different like energies within that, like it helps me better
Predict.
understand. Yeah, I guess I mean I guess technically
yeah,
predict.
it's always a predictive model. So the thing is like since
It's not like I'm predicting anything specific, but it's like, oh, well, if he, is very talkative and social when he's out and meeting new people, I understand like, oh, he's a Libra rising and he's very chatty and social butterfly.
That's not how that works, sorry.
And
so it creates
or opposite, if he's like a Scorpio rising, he may hate going out.
so
and
it creates predictive models.
Yeah.
Right. That's why that's what it's for. So it is a horoscope in a way.
In a way, it's
but
just
it's
not like on
also-
Tuesday the 18th you are going to experience, XYZ. But
Yeah, whatever the vague thing is that you may or may not experience, whatever that may be. But
Yeah.
even this is a predictive model, right?
Yeah,
I'm guessing
I
that
guess
any
you could say
chart
that.
that you would show me, I could apply it to anybody who is sitting right here. To a T, I bet you I could do it.
you do think so?
I do think so. Yeah.
I
Would
don't
you
know.
not
In fact,
talk
I've
to
seen
someone?
this.
Would you not
No,
talk to
I would
someone
never-
because they're like, oh, they're a Scorpio?
No, never.
So
You're done. I'm not friends with you.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
good.
Scorpios.
So you said also in your notes, proponent of women waiting to have sex until they are.
Astrology is chick crack. It's stuff girls go crazy for and you can use it to get laid, but it's not actually useful. It's just fun to talk about crap.
Sure, they're seeing consistency and commitment from men.
Yeah, I think this sort of.
I knocked down this beautiful thing.
You're not supposed to let them know you speak English.
You just
Español. Yeah. Donde está la
no,
biblioteca?
but those were all the words he knew.
That's all he knew. That's all he knew.
That's all he knew.
Austin, can you open the door? Okay.
Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to.
Has that always been your standard, by the way? You've never had a one-night stand or a...
I mean, I have in college. I was definitely a very different person in college.
Yep, I've had my fun. Now I'm ready to settle down. We've never heard that one before.
And I think all these self-help.
Man, it repeats so many times that even the joke isn't funny anymore. It's like stale. Like if you watch my videos, it's literally like just repeating the same crap over and over, right? Like just watch enough of these and you can literally, the girl can say one sentence and you already know everything about her, right? Oh, she listens to this, she watches this, she thinks this, she believes this, she acts like this. This is what she wants. This is the man she wants. This is how this is how she thinks she's different from other girls. Like you can literally predict every single thing, everything. Just sheep, hive mind, NPC, dumb crap.
Tools is what I personally needed to get out of like dark places. I really didn't know myself, and I was really struggling.
You weren't religious. Normally you'd be like a religious zealot, but you know, because you think religion is bad because of feminism, you now believe astrology.
In a lot of aspects.
Would you say you had to find yourself?
I did have to find myself, Andrew. I would say that. It was a journey.
Did you find yourself on your journey?
I think so. Obviously still discovering along the way.
I had to do my healing.
Oh, discovery.
So you're still
bedroom fun healing
on your journey of self-discovery then.
I think it's a lifelong journey, Andrew.
Lifelong journey of self-discovery. Okay.
But
and she likes long walks on the beach.
Yeah, no, I think like because I've learned from my past relationships. I mean, my first
James the Bull donated $200.
Thank you, James.
Nice to see you doing well, Alexandra. Thank you for amazing food you prepared for us on Oksana's love tour in Orlando. You are an absolute delight. Men are in need of traditional quality women like you.
James, thank you very much. Appreciate the TTS. Thank you.
Well, I mean, but how amazing was this food?
She puts lots of love in the things that she does, and
she sounds Russian, this girl.
Professional chef, and she's like whatever she touches just turns into.
Yeah. Can you just tilt your mic down a little bit? So okay, so really quick going back. So okay, you're a proponent of women waiting to have sex until they are.
I like that they brought girls from Eastern Europe.
Sure, they're seeing consistency and commitment from men. Who here at the table agrees? Do you agree that women should wait to have sex until they are sure they're seeing consistency and commitment from men, or at least waiting some portion of time before just having sex?
I think so.
Guys, into the mics.
Yes, that's exactly what women do in 2024. They don't just actually I thought it was really funny. I saw another video on whatever, and it's like, you won't bow for a man, but you'll let him blast on your face within 30 minutes of meeting him. Like, everything's ass backwards. No respect.
Please.
I think so.
Crazy crap.
What was the question? That was a nope for me.
No for you.
That's gotta be like merch. What was the question? I wasn't listening. I just answered an answer.
I recall that in your notes.
Dumb crap.
Over here, you guys.
No.
So no waiting.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Correct.
And then those of you who said, yeah, I should wait, just show of hands, have you been with a guy that you didn't wait for?
What?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
I didn't think that
I'm
was
sorry,
the question.
I'm not going to repeat myself. You just have to kind of listen, and I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, the guy that I was with for 6 years, I think it was maybe after like a month or so. It was still waiting, but not like an extended period. And obviously it worked out until I left. Yeah.
Okay, let me simplify the question here. Those of you who said, yes, it's good to wait, have you ever not waited?
Well, I mean, how long is waiting? I don't know. Like,
One night
a month? Yeah.
How long do you think you should wait?
I would say at least like a month, personally.
A month is crazy. 99% of girls in 2024 don't wait a month. That's
I think anything longer than
which
that could be
happens to
excessive.
correspond with the exact amount of time that you happened
Exactly.
to wait in the shortest period, right?
That's why I did.
Right. Okay.
I'm like, ladies, take
Isn't
notes.
that interesting that it just happens to correspond with the shortest period of time?
She manifested.
I was about to say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, on your journey.
A short journey, but a journey nonetheless.
Yeah, on your journey
yes.
of self-discovery.
Exactly.
What about you? What's the shortest amount of time that you should wait?
I usually
first date.
everybody I ended up doing it with was like 6 months or over.
Okay, come on, man. This is like so cap. It's like look at the girl's expressions. Like what? None of them believe her. The guy doesn't believe her. Literally nobody.
I've never had a one night stand.
Okay.
Fucking liar.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was gonna just call you out on that because you just said the guy
Big
you were
liar.
with was 6 months. Yeah, and you haven't touched him yet.
We literally just did it. And I don't have to fucking lie.
We live. Okay.
I don't have to fucking lie. Honestly, if I'm being fucking for real, I did have sex with him literally now, and now we're going to Italy next month for my birthday, and I think I might end up really being with this guy.
Wait, so the quickest you've hooked up with a guy was 6 months?
Yes.
That's nobody believes her, man. Nobody.
You guys, everybody can think I'm a liar. I don't give a damn.
So
I know me.
So you haven't done 5 months or 4 months, which 3? That's even a long time. Haven't done that.
Oh, or is she that kind of girl that thinks if it's not penetration, it's not bedroom fun, so everything else doesn't count?
No.
Also, oral counts.
Is it what count?
Oral counts.
Oral counts. Oh no, I don't even like giving head. I like
Okay.
receiving it.
Did he give you head before then? Did he give you head before then?
Yes, he did. So there's
How
That
long?
counts.
6 months.
Okay.
One day, first day.
Okay. That was like 2 months in, 3 months in. So
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh God! I swear to God.
Stop the frickin' cap,
I'm
man.
not even capping.
She's already lied. Big lie.
You head and that was that. No, like
This is
nothing
this is
else.
so much cope.
I
So
swear
much
to
cope.
God, you guys are not even knowing. People that actually know me know that this is how I am.
Wait, hold on. And you're like, you're a sex worker.
This
though,
guy's
right?
giving you,
That's
taking you
what
to
I was
Italy.
gonna
and
say.
you
You're a
don't
sex
even-
worker, right? Like stripper. You.
I used to strip. I
You
don't
do-
strip anymore.
Oh
do
my
what you do.
god.
Yeah.
When you were
Well,
stripped.
Again, like, come on. Yeah. So when she's answering, the fastest I've ever done it with somebody was after 6 months. This is not accounting for the dancing on the guy's lap after 5 minutes of meeting him, which apparently doesn't count as bedroom fun.
The OnlyFans is
Yeah.
like me, like,
Wait, so,
it's-
so you're
Okay,
like moral
frickin' liar.
compass is that's
Liar.
Like, you'll do like stripping and all
Big
that,
fat
like
frickin'
one night
liar.
stand, it's just totally off the table.
I think that is so different.
I mean, it's possible,
It's
but
not-
it's typically...
Having one night stands, that's like
God
totally
damn.
different
Okay,
from
how about
stripping.
okay, fine. You hooked up with a guy on the 3rd date and you dated him for 3 years. That's never really. You dated them for a couple months or a couple years. Really?
a few weeks.
Every guy.
When you were a stripper, did you do
That's so
extras?
No.
Okay.
No.
Stop the
I'm not a prostitute, so I don't.
Stop the
that's-
frickin'
See,
cap.
at least you know that that's prostitution.
That's prostitution.
So many-
Honestly, you
so
guys
many
can
strippers
believe
just say
whatever
that
the hell you
that's
guys want to
not. It's
believe,
wild.
but I know what the hell I did. I shake ass, and that's the most I fucking did. So, and that's what I do on my OnlyFans. If you guys want to subscribe, go ahead. Feel free to. You'll see a bunch of ass.
Wait, can I ask you a question? So,
Sorry, that counts in my mind. It counts.
like, if you heard
She's not doing bedroom fun, but she's doing bedroom fun adjacent things, like within 5 minutes of meeting guys, or selling her body for $5. You know, doing like, come on, man.
a stripper tell you, because you worked in how many clubs?
Like 8.
8 different clubs.
Yeah.
So if like a stripper came up to you and she told you she was a virgin, would you believe her?
There's a possibility. There's those rare few. I mean,
Indeed.
I started like.
Which way
stripping
would
at-
you lean, though?
Huh?
Which way would you lean?
Well, obviously, everybody's gonna be looking at her. You're a stripper. Everybody assumes that strippers are like what, whores, but that's not the case.
Well, so it is. Look, I'll even grant that it is.
It isn't
possible a woman
always
could,
the case.
I suppose jump a few steps ahead.
It isn't always the case, but it is generally the case. That's the point.
And become a stripper but still be a virgin. It could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it has. In fact, it probably has happened. But it's kind of like it's like, oh, somebody just jumps straight into like shooting heroin. It's like, well,
stripping? You're going to compare stripping to shooting heroin?
No, I'm trying to say,
like
it's
the
like
leeway
the
into it.
like
he's saying that there's a
escalation.
lead into it.
It's all how you look at stuff. It's all how you do stuff. So pretty much, yes, I was
True,
stripping.
but you agree with me that there's patterns for how people usually do stuff.
Yeah.
And one of those patterns is like if you're a hard drug addict, you usually started with softer drugs. If you're somebody who's
Like a
in
gateway
sex work,
drug.
if you're somebody who's in sex work, you usually had kind of a graduated experience from promiscuity to this, right?
She was a Jehovah's Witness.
In other words, there's still patterns.
Unless they're doing it out of like necessity.
She was a Jehovah's. She was in a cult.
Like they're in a financial bind or something. They have no other choice. You know what I mean? Like maybe they became a stripper for that reason, and they don't like enjoy it per se.
Nope, that's not usually the pattern, though, right? That would be I think that would usually be the outlier to the pattern. I'm not saying again that that's not possible and doesn't happen. I'm sure it does. Brian would concede that does.
Do you think like every stripper does it because they enjoy it genuinely?
No.
If a girl is stripping,
hang on. Let me respond real quick. So, to your question, nothing's a monolith. It's not saying all cases of all things always are X, right? That would be absurd.
Yeah.
You just can't.
That doesn't exist. Yeah, there is no such thing as that.
Make the human behavior's super complex, so you can't always make those determinations. But what I can say is that human beings are pattern recognition machines, and that is what we are. And that's how you can predict that you're in a safe area. That's how you can and you're almost always right about these things, right? Because you predict it based on patterns. The same thing occurs with stripping, sex work, drug addicts, addictive behavior. And you know this because you can make predictions based on these things.
Okay.
Right?
Making predictions, that's judging a book by its cover. Like
yes,
usually
indeed.
what doctors usually do is making an
Yes, indeed.
educated guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, indeed.
And I thought that
Your disrespectful masculine attitude tells me everything I need to know about you, for example.
Just talking about
Look, that's
is the backstory.
That's true, but there's all sorts of times where judging a book by its cover is just fine. Like, let me give you an example of that. A guy runs in with a rifle and a ski mask into a store. He might not be robbing the store, right? Is that not correct? He might not be robbing the store, right?
I mean, it's a bit different.
9 times out of 10, that's
a girl.
Oh, wait a second. Why are you judging a book by its cover?
Because he's
wait a second. That's unbelievable that you would do that.
He's trying to harm someone. A stripper's not trying to hurt anyone.
harm?
No, that's actually wrong. Their behavior hurts the individuals in question, usually hurting their relationships, and also greater society.
Wait. We haven't established
they
he's
are
trying to harm anyone. We haven't established
they are.
Like a fight or flight.
You're
If someone runs
assuming,
in with
right?
a gun.
You're assuming.
If someone runs in with a weapon, yes.
Okay,
then
here,
you
let me give you an
assume that's
easier
fight or flight.
example. You're walking down the street at night, okay? And there's a group of men who are walking towards you, and you cross the street. Aren't you making a shitload of assumptions?
Again, that's a woman alone at night in the middle of the street. One's a woman in a strip club doing her
Making
job.
tons of assumptions.
Right, but one's like a matter of safety. Both of those were.
So what? Everything's a matter of safety.
A stripper?
Every predictive model you come up with is a matter of safety. What are you
More or
talking
less.
about?
You
Right.
actually willingly going to the strip club. So how is that a
Everything.
matter of
Okay,
safety?
tell me what you do that isn't a matter of safety. Honestly, when you make a predictive model based on how you judge people
If I
or
were a
judge your
stripper.
surroundings, yeah, that wouldn't be a safety issue.
How?
You wouldn't want like bouncers around, things like this.
But what? Okay, but back to the initial question though. I don't understand. Like,
Back to the fact that we're pattern recognition machines. Because we're pattern recognition machines, we pick up patterns all the time, nonstop. We make all sorts of judgments on people all the time for our own personal safety.
that might be wrong, right?
Yeah, of course.
They
So assuming she
might.
went into sex work because she was already
Sure, they might be wrong, but that's not the point. The point is on the balance of probability, whether or not they're wrong. That's what matters.
Okay,
promiscuous,
okay,
you know?
but I'm not saying that they couldn't be wrong, but I'm giving you examples of where you could be wrong. When a guy runs in with a mask, or
those are
if a
matters of
guy,
safety.
if you hop into a car that's making loud banging noises, right?
Safety
You
again,
could be complete everything safety.
But not
What
a
isn't
stripper, a
safety?
stripper.
How is that not safe? I
stripper,
don't
really.
understand how that's not safety
Because she
related.
wasn't promiscuous prior. She might not have been. She might have been going into it because of necessity.
Yeah, but your
That's not
value. Okay,
nothing
wait,
pertain-
stop.
Help me
We're
understand
talking
how
past
that
each other.
pertains to safety.
You're making a value judgment, right? Why would you be making a value judgment on if someone's a sex worker or not? It's because you think, okay, wait a second, there might be a problem here. Might be an
Right.
issue here.
An issue? What do you mean an issue?
Yeah.
What's
Well, like, I don't know, if you were dating and someone says, "Oh, I'm a sex worker," now you're worried about what?
Using that sex
Hang
worker
on,
term is
let
crazy.
me answer the question. Okay, now suddenly it's, oh, she might have STDs. Oh, she might have venereal disease. She might be very promiscuous, or those all seem like they're very much safety related to me.
But
that's if you go to that point to end up trying to have sex with a stripper. What strippers are exotic dancers.
Yeah, but what I'm
I
talking
dance,
about
I
is
entertain.
value judgments, which are generally made.
saying how it could affect you is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Well,
that's how we make all value judgments.
They're not just dancers. I mean, you buy a dance, you go in the back room, they sit on your lap, and all of that. So
Yes, I think we're
that's
just
very
talking
promiscuous.
past each other.
But
So
I
maybe
think
we
it's the
can.
same. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I do. Like that it's like basically what's her past because of what she does, which I don't think is like always accurate, of course. But I do see what you're saying
Yeah.
about how like there's a risk associated because there's an image that
Right.
people.
Right. And so because of this,
There you
because
go.
of this risk which is there, that's why value judgments are there, right? It's the same reason I think that women will cross the street if they're alone at night and there's, two men walking towards them, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it, right? I think that they're making a value judgment. Even
they're just avoiding problems, potential problems.
So it's probably wrong. In fact, it almost always will be wrong, almost every single time. But I don't blame them for doing it. I don't blame them for making that value
Maybe
judgment.
the same thing with your judgment is wrong with possibly, I don't know how you judge exotic dancers, but maybe your judgment is wrong for that.
Well, you call them exotic dancers, so of course you're biased.
Yeah.
Do you think that exotic dancers are like?
But even if I
poor?
conceded that was true, that really wouldn't negate my point, which is that we make these value judgments based on patterns that we see. So whether or not I judge them wrongly or not wrongly or whatever, that really wouldn't matter to the point of we're judging based on patterns that we see. So usually if we see a stripper, you would agree with me that in most cases, there was probably escalations which led to this. In most cases, it was not I'm 18 and I grew up on the farm and I just can't wait to get to the club. I can't wait, Dad. I can't. Come on, Fido. We're going to go take the cab to the strip club in the city. I can't wait. Like, that's not the normal story, right? The normal story is a single mom, abused in the home, all sorts of things like this, escalations which led up to promiscuity. These are the common stories which are heard and the common stories which people hear, not, I was a little house on the prairie and I just couldn't wait to go take off my clothes in front of a bunch of men in a club. That's not usually what you hear, right?
When you say exotic dancers, do you not think strippers are sex workers?
I
Because
think
he keeps, yeah.
it's different. Like the club that I used to work out a lot was Sam's, and like I did even.
Yeah, so what she's saying is maybe other strippers are, but I'm not like that. I'm special and different. Yes, you're always special and different. Look, literally, if we pause the freeze frame, every girl doesn't believe it. Look, this girl to her right, she's like cap. This girl to her left is like cap. The guy behind her is like cap. The girl 2 to her left is like cap. This girl 3 to her left is like cap. This girl 4 to her left is like cap. They're all like cap. Everyone thinks she's lying.
And take off my top.
Well, then
Like-
what's a sex worker?
I consider I guess I'm a dancer. I'm an exotic dancer. I'm an entertainer. I don't consider myself a sex worker.
Yeah, well, I know, but my question was, what is a sex worker?
A prostitute? I don't know.
When
That's
men
it?
go to a strip club, what do you think
Wait,
they're there
hang
for?
on, wait. What? Like, so like somebody who's doing porn, right? Okay, I have to use the word because we're on YouTube. Okay, so, but they have like no partner. It's just them.
Oh, well,
right?
that's a sex worker. I guess women that are doing porn.
Is that prostitution?
Well, they're getting paid for it, so to a certain extent.
So if you're getting paid for some,
In my mind, I see that as bedroom fun work. Both.
Type of provocative sexual act.
Well, it's I can kind of compare it to like a burlesque show. Like if I'm just dancing with a sexy outfit.
Well, no, it's intent. So I mean, we have a distinction in intent. It's just like with art. You can say, oh, there could be some men who, if they go and they see a nude model, they get, they get very, riled about that. It's like, okay, but there's an intent distinction, right? So the intent distinction, if you're stripping at a club, is to make men's penises hard, right?
Well, that is.
I mean,
usually the
let's
intent,
just like
but-
be blunt, right?
Yeah, that's usually the intent.
That's what
but I'm
it is.
saying
That's what. Hang on, and that's your intent. You're not going there because you just want to listen to the music, right? You're going there because your job's to make a dude's penis hard.
My job is to look good, get money, and shake some ass.
Yeah, and
Yes, but for what purpose? Also, that's why no girls' night out. That's why.
you do that by
dancing.
By
I actually, and at Sam's is not actually you sitting on men's lap. There's
how
no
much
lap
more
dances.
like disingenuous can you possibly be? Your job as a stripper is to make men's penis hard. Yes or no?
Nobody says I have to be touching them.
Okay, yes or no?
It's not that easy. You
Yeah,
gotta
no.
just say
So
it like
yes
that.
or no? Oh, it's as easy as saying no. Then, no, that's not your job.
No, but apparently if they're from afar and they're watching me and their dick gets hard, apparently then it is what the hell it is.
So all those men are coming in because they just can't wait to see your moves.
Hell yeah.
Is there any other lies you want to give me? Or?
I'm not giving no damn lies. I'm
Oh,
telling the
okay, so
truth.
you get hired at a strip club because men want to go in and watch you dance, or do they want to see your naked body, or do they want to see as much
You're talking
flesh
about
as they
nude
can?
clubs. I don't work at nude
Even
clubs.
if you're not working at a nude club, if you're working just as like a bikini barista, do you think that men are going in to?
Obviously, they want to see good-looking women. With,
Right,
like,
they
a
want
nice
to see
body.
as much flesh as they possibly can.
No one's going to Hooters for their chicken
So what is their
wings,
job?
okay?
to look fucking good.
Yeah.
No, their job's to make the dude's penis hard.
You're getting ones
There's
thrown at you,
nothing
right?
wrong with that.
Yeah, right. But can you just concede that it's true?
Well, conceding that it's true would make her a bedroom fun worker, wouldn't it? And she can't have that because we've got to let the hamster spin as much as it can. Alright guys, we're going to end the video there. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all the notifications. Buy my books like Hunter M, Adrian Tom and Bobby, Dylan, Renaissance Press, Brian, Andrew, Anna, Armani, and Nicholas. Shout out to you, most recent purchase of both my books, Strategist Guide to Seduction, and Quotes to Live By. If you'd like me to teach you how to get good at getting girls, well, just message me at theheliosblog at gmail.com. That's my email, and I'll slot you right into my coaching services. Thank you so much for listening, guys, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.